off with the Samurai one. So Samurai Wallet developers plead guilty to unlicensed money transmission. So this got reported from The Rage. Um, yeah, so this was the big news this week. They basically pled guilty. So Rodriguez was ordered to pay $250K, while Hill faces a fine of $400K. In total, $237 million will be forfeited to the government. Sentencing for Rodriguez is set for November 6th, while Hill will be sentenced on November 7th. Both are facing a maximum of 5 years in prison with 3 years of supervised release. Rodriguez has been allowed to go home, but is under curfew. Hill, who currently resides in Portugal, may not leave the U.S. and his passport has been confiscated. Just last week, the Samurai Wallet team had reaffirmed their not guilty plea in front of Judge Denise Cote. Their trial had been set for early November. Developers will not appeal if the sentencing is 5 years or less, which is the maximum charge for their offense. Today's hearing was held at the same time as closing arguments in the criminal case against Tornado Cash developer Roman Storm. Storm faces the same charges plus an additional charge of conspiracy to violate sanctions. Any thoughts, guys?
On what?
Just on the whole thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's potentially pretty bad. It's hard to tell what the fallout of it is, but they pled guilty to unlicensed money transmission. I think, but one section of the money transmission laws, I guess, where they like knowingly, I think they had the intent of helping criminals transmit money, is what they pled guilty to, even though they're non-custodial and shouldn't be subject to money transmission laws. That's what they pled guilty to in exchange for getting the money laundering charges dropped. And they're like reduced sentencing or like the restricted sentencing. That's what they traded it for. But Siggy thinks it's potentially not super bad. It's not, and I think the sentiment I've read is that it doesn't create precedent. I do think it creates. I think it does create a maybe not a factual precedent, but like an emotional one where judges are going to be more inclined to see non-custodial tools as money transmitters as a result of this guilty plea. But I'm also not a lawyer and I don't know. Seems like you might have a thought, Topher.
I think it was the Russian oligarch tweet that sank them.
Okay, it was just them.
That's the one.
Yeah. It was them promoting their tool, their non-custodial tool for bad actors to use.
Yeah.
Just seems like that shouldn't be illegal though, right? It's almost like Signal saying, "Hey, Russian oligarchs, use our chat app to talk to each other. Like you might be monitored."
I mean, to be honest, like I say this in the lab all the time, and I don't mind saying this like to people, but like, these agencies don't like it when you beat your chest, right? So I think once they kind of started beating their chest, I think that's when a lot of people in these agencies got upset, and I think everybody kind of knew they were making a lot of money. And then they were beating their chest a little bit. And I think that's when, they came for him. I think there is something to be said about, no one wants to do 30 years in prison. I mean, no one wants to do that. I mean, look at how much Ross served just for making a website. So, they knew what they were going to be up against in November. And the cold hard truth is we don't have a perfect justice system. It's far from perfect. And irregardless of that, they took the better deal. And so every man has a decision to make for their lives, and then they took the decision they thought was best. So you just got to respect that. So that's my thoughts on it.
Cool. Wow.
He should have said in Minecraft
Huh?
Russian oligarchs use our whirlpool in Minecraft. You got to throw Minecraft in there.
Oh, is that? Can you get
That,
it out of?
it's a legal tactic to absolve you of all liability.
Oh,
Just say you do it in Minecraft.
has it worked in some? It must have worked in some important case, or
Oh,
is
I
that
don't
why
know.
it's a meme? But it's like a meme. I think Jim said something similar.
Yeah, it's in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Russian oligarchs use our whirlpool in Minecraft, and then you get off.
Okay. I'll have to look that up. That's actually
Anytime you're gonna say you're gonna do something illegal on Twitter, just make sure you say you're doing it
in
in
my.
Minecraft.
You know, I just pray that they like only do like 2 or 3 years and then they get out for like good behavior. Like I hope that happens. Like hopefully it's like 12 or 24 months or something. Hopefully it's not like the full 5 year sentence. Hopefully it's just like
I don't think they're in prison. I think the as part of the plea deal, I think it's something like they only serve 2 years in
oh, okay.
actual prison, and
Oh,
the
okay.
rest is like supervised
Oh,
release.
okay. Well, that's good. Like hopefully it's like a, you know, a nice prison and it's not like because the last thing you want to see is like an Aaron Schwartz type of situation or something like that, you know.
Oh,
Because I mean they're just they're just devs, man. You know, God bless them. Like they're not bad dudes. I never met any of them. I don't know them personally, but I would imagine they're not bad guys. If they're just like any other Bitcoin devs, like they're not. Bitcoin devs aren't bad people. They're just not, dude. I know a lot of Bitcoin devs, so I just pray that they were just like making jokes, you know, which I'm sure that's all they were doing, just making jokes,
Yeah.
just having fun on Twitter, making jokes. It just sucks that
If you had to spend 2 years in prison, how would you kill the time? What would you do?
I don't want to imagine that, Topher.
Read books?
I would just read. It'd
Just
be
read.
great. Read, get jacked.
Get jacked?
Yeah.
Did you get any tattoos? Prison tats?
Yeah, probably. Probably like one tier for every book I read.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I would have, I guess I would have to read one really big book. I have to have too many tiers. Maybe that's
Just
the wrong.
Atlas Shrugged.
Yeah. Atlas Shrugged it isn't even that long. Maybe like War and Peace.